Hello Capricorn and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading, booking a personal reading or coaching session with me, or on my upcoming Attract the Love That You Deserve workshop can be found in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, we are going to jump on in. We're going to start with looking at oracle cards first. So we're going to look at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future with oracle cards, and then we'll dive deeper into the reading with tarot as we progress. But let's first start, Capricorn, with looking at this recent past energy and seeing what it is you've been dealing with. Is that all that turned around? Yeah. Okay, you have surrender to the divine and don't let your past hold you back. I actually really like this energy. I feel like this is really challenging energy, but it's also really exciting energy because it feels as if you're breaking into something very new for you. But in breaking into something new, I feel like you are having to leave some things behind. And I think that that's probably been the difficult part. I don't know if you're fully aware of the new energy that you're shifting into. This might have felt more so like the loss of something or being kind of pushed into the unknown in some sort of way. But I do feel as if Spirit is asking you to trust that where you're being taken is exactly where you want to be, because I feel like this is actually kind of a good thing. Like, that's what I said. I like the energy because it feels new and exciting, but maybe also kind of scary and overwhelming. Current energy for Capricorn. Expect powerful change and prosperity lies ahead with a personal issue reaches resolution. So this is where you're headed. But this had to happen first. But you're headed toward prosperity. Things are changing in really powerful ways for you, even if you're not sure how yet. Even if you're not sure how yet. And with this, a personal issue reaches resolution card, I kind of feel like this is kind of coupled with the surrender to the divine card. Like, you can trust that things are being taken care of, even if is a lot out of your control right now. Because, yeah, you have a win-win outcome as forecast. So I feel like this is very much like everything feels very positive in this reading. The energy to you might not feel positive, though, especially if there's a lot out of your control and if you're deep in the unknown in some sort of way. Oh, goodness. There's too many cards that just fell. All right, what does Capricorn need to know moving forward? Oh my goodness. What do you need to release? With nothing is set in stone. Oh my gosh. Give me just a second. Let me get these cards. It's funny because these all fell, but those two fell flat on the table. So those are the ones I'm going to take. Nothing is set in stone with what you need to release. So here's the thing. To open up the door to this powerful change, you have to be willing to let go of something here. A habit, a pattern, a behavior, a person, a path. And that's where I feel like I'm speaking to a Capricorn that's been clinging to something. Clinging to a certain path, a certain situation, a certain outcome. And letting go of that is really important for you. Not because you can't have the thing that you want, because you can have the love that you want, the abundance that you want, the success that you want. But it kind of feels in clinging as tightly as you've actually been holding yourself back from the very thing you're trying to draw in. So that's why I feel like you have nothing as yet set in stone, because in order for you to open up to like some sort of new beginning here, you have to be able to release this past energy in some way that's been holding you back, or that's been kind of keeping you stuck. Overall theme of this here for Capricorn. I'm using a different deck for this week. I felt very pulled to this deck for some reason, so let's see what it brings. Resistance. You're resisting some sort of change, resisting some sort of shift. What else here? And if you would just let go of this resistance, which is so much easier said than done, it's almost like it would all, because the greatness, it would all work out better than you think. It's funny because the resistance to some sort of change is the biggest thing holding you back, because the change will actually take you to this greatness energy. I forgot how much I like this deck. I haven't used this deck in a while. All right, let's dive into tarot. Let's see what we've got here for you, Capricorn. Let's look. Oops, there goes my... I am just dropping stuff all over the place in this reading. It's very unlike me as my my remote to turn my video off. All right, Capricorn, let's look at this past energy. Don't let your past hold you back, or surrender to the divine. You know what is kind of funny is usually when I find myself dropping things a lot, this sounds kind of silly, but I've learned to tie it to like everything that happens to something bigger, because I do think that the universe shows us signs in small ways. Whenever I am needing to let go of control, I find myself dropping things a lot. And I almost feel like that's kind of the message of this reading too. So I just thought that was interesting. So maybe you've been finding yourself like dropping things or being like clumsy, which kind of to me represents like releasing control. All right, let's see what we've got here. King of Swords in reverse. Past energy here for Capricorn. Two of Cups. Whoa. Okay, we'll take them. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, the World, and the Queen of Cups. Whew, there's a lot going on here. Something that you love dearly. Something that brings you sometimes a lot of joy and good feelings. But at the end of the day, something that doesn't treat you very well. I don't know what this is talking about. Again, it could be literally anything. And I think that part of the reason you've held so tightly to it is because you care so much about it. I feel like whatever this is very important to you and has been for a really long time. But I feel as if there have been things about it that have been brought to the surface that have made you realize it isn't as aligned as it either once was or you hoped it would be. And I think because of that, maybe there's a little bit of denial here. A little bit of denial, a little bit of, continuing to try to make something work, trying to change it for the better, and kind of coming up short in a lot of ways. until I feel as if the universe kind of pushed you into having to let go of control. Because this is, to me, is about getting honest about some sort of cycle. I didn't read the cards. King of Swords in reverse, Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, the World, and the Queen of Cups. It's a lot of cups for an earth sign reading. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 cards I pulled were cups, which means there's a lot of emotion involved. This is something that is very emotionally charged. And I think that there's so much complication around this situation that it kind of made it easy for you, maybe in some ways, to justify or to stay and like fight for something or try to make something work. But it's almost as if, because the universe will never provide you with, you will never find peace in spaces that you're not meant to settle. And the more that we try to find peace in what isn't meant for us, the more that we will resist what is. And I feel like that's kind of what this energy is really about here. All right, let's look at where your current energy is here, Capricorn. I mean, we are kind of moving in, right? Even though we already had like the new year, obviously in January, the like actual new year isn't until recently. So there's a lot of still kind of shedding things that aren't serving you. And usually in the process of shedding what isn't meant for us, so it doesn't serve us, there's typically a part of us that still tries to hold on. And this is about, truly allowing yourself to let go and to trust that you're being led to better things. Current energy for Capricorn. Page of Wands. Nine of Cups. And the Temperance. With the Page of Cups again, which this Page of Cups is always to me like divine guidance or intuitive downloads. Like, it's a very intuitive energy. It's very in tune. The energy that you're in currently is less of something that's happening and more of something like that you're needing to embody. And what I mean by that is there is a part of you that is really asking for your love and attention and consideration. You have been in spaces where you've been not treated fairly for a while, or that haven't aligned with what you deserve for a while. And I think that you're in the process of breaking out of those spaces, but I also feel as if you're also holding on tightly to them, right? That was one of the biggest things that we were talking about. But what is needed of you right now is to understand that you, in order to receive better in our life, we have to make decisions that align better for us. Meaning, if we want to receive love and abundance and success that aligns with us, we have to be willing to let go of what doesn't. And it's hard because we fear a lot of the time when we're letting go of certain things that, especially when we stop settling or when certain things are removed from our life, we usually immediately run into the fear that nothing better is going to come along. And when we run into that fear that nothing better is going to come along, that's typically where we rush into settling. And so right now is a time to be very aware of where you are directing your energy and to stand tall in what it is that you do deserve and what it is you do bring to the table. Because right now you're kind of in the middle of manifesting something really big. And I don't even know if you really fully realize that you're doing that. But in order to manifest whatever this is, this abundance, this prosperity, this love, whatever it is. In order to manifest it, you have to believe so deeply that it exists before you have proof of that. And that's kind of what manifesting is. I've always said the key to it is acting as if it's already happening, acting as if, it already exists for you. And a lot of what this is actually taking care of yourself and showing up for yourself in a way that you never really have before, and in a way that you've desperately been needing for a while. Being the person that protects you, the person that values you, the person that, sees what it is that you're worth and starts to show up for that. Like, that's very much what this energy that you're in is about. And you need to know you are being very guided and protected in this. The universe is trying to lead you to better things. But there is this tendency that you have, Capricorn, to recoil into settling. And we all have it. It's very human. But we tend to recoil into settling because we don't think that anything better is going to come along. And that actually is what leads us to not having what it is that we deserve. And the universe will always remove us from spaces that don't align with our worth. So I just feel like this is, and I said it already, but really about trusting the process. Nothing is set in stone, what you need to release. Having patience that something better exists for you. That's what I feel like this is about. What does Capricorn need to know moving forward? Nothing is yet set in stone. What do you need to release? It's almost like, this is what I kind of see, like leaving a job, a toxic work environment. I'm not saying this is exactly the situation. I'm kind of giving an example, but leaving a toxic work environment and then struggling maybe for the first couple of weeks to find better work or to find something that aligns, and the old job trying to get you back. And it's really important that you don't go back because something better is coming. That's what it kind of feels like. What does Capricorn need to know moving forward? It does. It feels like you're manifesting something really big. 8 of Pentacles. The King of Wands. This is very action-oriented energy. This is, especially the King of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, this is really putting in the work, really showing up for yourself. Yeah, oh my goodness. Ace of Pentacles with the 9 of Pentacles. This is incredibly aligned opportunities, and looks on the bottom, the King of Pentacles. This is your energy here. Wish fulfillment. Opportunities align with wish fulfillment. So I feel like I'm speaking to a collective that's kind of being pulled back towards something that doesn't align because maybe there's a fear that nothing better is going to come along. I don't know. And Spirit is saying, just wait. Because you're manifesting something big. But manifesting is more about embodiment than anything. Meaning that in order to attract what it is that we want, we have to show up as if it exists, right? The key is to act as if. And I feel like this is about trusting what's unfolding. Because what's unfolding is, I think, kind of better than you even really know. Take that. So this is exciting. This is a really exciting reading for you, Capricorn. And I think that it's the answers of what's right for you, what you're supposed to do, it's clearer than you think. But I'm going to hop on over to the extended. And in the extended, we're going to dive deeper into all of this, ultimately answering the question, what do you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? So looking at, diving deeper into the messages and then looking at the tangible advice, what it is that you're needing to do in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. And then I've got an advice card to pull at the very end. Before I hop on over to the extended, I do want to reiterate that I'm hosting the How to Attract the Love That You Deserve workshop on February 20th. So that is in about a week. This workshop is live. However, if you wish to be a part of this workshop but can't make it live, if you purchase a ticket, you will receive the replay and all of the materials the very next day. Any information for that is at the very top of the description box below. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or drop a comment. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, Capricorn, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Capricorn.